Hello, my name is Ilona and today it's Thursday, November 30th, 2023 and I wanted to take a look at December 2023 because tomorrow it will be December 1st and it's just the time flies. It's just amazing how fast that goes by. And I, of course, already did the cards in my Dutch video. I shuffled the cards, so if you want to see that, you can see my Dutch video. I also want to mention that next week there won't be any live, so I won't do any recap either. I was very enthusiastic in my Dutch live at the end, and I said that I was going to do another live next week. But then we have Sinterklaas here in the Netherlands, which is a Dutch tradition. So not everyone will be celebrating Sinterklaas, but it's not Santa Claus. I understand that there's a confusion there. This is Saint Nicholas, and he comes from Spain, and there's been a lot of hustle around Saint Nicholas and Black Peter and things like that. But people are still celebrating it here in the Netherlands, so there won't be any lives next week. So I wanted to mention that, so there's not going to be any recap. Maybe some people are kind of wondering, where is the recap? Maybe next week, so then you know. So there will be a next Dutch live will be on December 12th, and most likely, of course, if there are going to be questions that are going to be interesting, I will be doing a recap, and I will probably post that on Wednesday December 13th. I want to say August. Everything is going by so fast here in time that I'm even amazed we're already in December 2023. So it's just time truly flies, I have to say. Like I mentioned before, I think it's like speeding up, or at least you have that feeling that it's speeding up, and it has to do, of course, with collapsing timelines and the energy. I think we'll have a completely different way of looking at time when, of course, the change, it's already happening, but when we really are truly living in that completely new world with that new energy which we will bring in, but then we won't have the time as we have it now, because let's face it, time is invented in a way. It will be a completely different way of, how do you say this, experiencing it. That's the feeling I'm getting. So I wanted to take a look at December. So the first three cards will be the energy of December. The second three cards will be the challenges. The third row will be the advice for December, and the last row will be the energies at the end of December. So the first three cards we've got for December will be the energies. That is the Eight of Swords. We've got the King of Swords, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So December, and I'm looking at the things around the world, what will be happening. The energy will be focused on, I think, the manipulation of people. I think there'll be a focus on getting these things out to humanity. A lot of people will feel very powerless, like they don't have any control. This is the Eight of Swords, so people will feel like they're losing all the control. They can't go anywhere. They don't have any power. And I think the manipulations to keep people powerless are coming out in December. So I think the focus will be like the media, maybe politics. What's happening? What have they been using? The narratives they've been getting out there, how they've been controlling people. I have a feeling that there'll be a focus on the control of people, and I think a lot of people will feel like so locked up, like they can't get out. And of course, this card is about that we are never powerless, and we can really just take this all off and take the blindfold off and leave. But this is the feeling a lot of people have, that there's no control. Everyone else is deciding this. That's why, of course, this is also done purposely by the dark energies to keep us in a low frequency, easily manipulated, dependent on other organizations, on governments, on everything outside of yourself. That is for them a perfect way to keep us controlled. And I think this control is going to be shown in the month of December, how they control us, what narratives they use. And I think that will be an opportunity for that to get out, so people will finally understand, wait a minute, Doesn't mean that everyone will see it that way, doesn't mean that everyone will understand it that way. It has to do also with consciousness and being aware of yourself. If there is no self-reflection, someone ultimately won't be able to truly grow. I do believe self-reflection is essential in growth. But everyone has their soul contracts, certain levels of consciousness. Everyone will ultimately grow by experiences. But it will be now up to each and every one of us to decide how we're going to deal with this information. But I do believe the focus will be on those manipulation techniques and how they have controlled us all the time. That will be coming out in December. That's the feeling I'm getting, especially with 2 sword cards. The focus on the mental, the rational, the communication, things like that will be coming out. Now, the second row is about challenges. And I think it will be quite a challenge. I believe this was the first card. That is the 10 of Cups. We've got the Queen of Cups. And we have the Magician. And I think that's going to be the biggest challenge for people in December, is connecting with themselves. And of course also connecting with each other, especially now this month with Christmas coming up, with people celebrating, just like we have in the Netherlands. We have Sinterklaas that will be celebrated December 5th. There's a lot of celebration going on, getting together, connecting. And of course a lot of people with everything that's happened have not felt that connection, or maybe never felt that true connection with the family. Those things will be coming up, and it's very important to stand your own ground and connect with yourself. If you truly connect with your intuition, with your feelings, with your emotions, with God, with your soul, you will find the people that really match with you, that really resonate with you. So the challenges will be to connect, and also, especially with everything that could come out, stand in your own power, especially when you maybe feel triggered. Maybe things will come up for like, oh, I lost power or lost control. How am I going to do this? Feelings of feeling unsafe. So important to really step into your own power, have the feeling like, I do have a control, I do know how to manifest. That will be very, very challenging. This will be the biggest blockade for a lot of people worldwide, to step into their own power, to connect with themselves. So it's interesting that for the energies we have 2 sword cards, and for the blockages, the challenges, we have 2 cups cards, which are of course the element water. Emotions, feelings. I do believe that a lot of people have blockades with feelings and emotions. If I look at my own, that process that I am in, that is the biggest blockage, to really feel through things. I've done so many things, and I'm very aware of a lot of things. I've analyzed, I'm an analyzer, so I like analyzing things, but then the other part comes in, feeling through them. So then you do know where everything's coming from, or certain patterns, you understand fully how they work, but then it doesn't change because the emotional aspect hasn't changed. And emotions is not something you can control, it's something you flow with. And that's a very different way of looking at things. And I have to say, I'm still working on it. It's getting better and better, but it's an interesting thing. And I think as humanity, it will be challenging in December. And it's really about stepping into your own power. This is truly the essence of the Great Awakening, but also connecting. Very important this month. And the advice, we've got the 4 of Cups, we've got the 3 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. The advice is to really deal with feelings of, things that can still get triggered. It's very important to understand, if you still get triggered with fear, anxiety, anger, frustration, that is a moment for you to heal. It's actually a wake-up call for you to use to heal. Because if you don't feel like that, nothing can trigger you. So if you really feel completely safe, whatever happens around you, it's not going to reach you. And that's very important to understand. So if you're still frustrating about things, or you fear things, or angry about certain things, let's deal with it. That's really the advice. Deal with it. Feel through it. Don't try to control it. Don't try to push it away, because you can only really feel through that things, and then you can move on. And it's very interesting, so of course, how you look at things. Things are offered, this person doesn't want them anymore. Those are feelings of, this is not what I want. This is not, especially with this card, of course, a lot of things will be coming up, feeling powerless, feeling unsafe. That's not what you want. That is not what you truly want out of life. And that's important that you feel through it, because then you can open up and receive something completely new. You can attract something completely different because you've changed your energy, and then of course you will bring in different energy. Very important to realize. And of course, with the King of Pentacles, take good care of yourself practically, what you eat, especially this coming month, how you treat yourself, how you treat your body. I see it myself that it's going to be a very hectic weeks for me, the coming weeks. And I've noticed for other people, it's also very hectic, especially with all the things happening in December. And it's kind of the end, of course, of a year. So it's looking back and seeing what you want for the next year, things like that. It's a different month, December. But take good care of yourself, ground yourself, and also lean back. This is a bit, a different energy. So this is important also to lean back when, you don't have to control everything around you, or, have a grip on everything. You can also lean back and see what's coming towards you. But if you feel like you want to start something, then the King of Pentacles is a very good energy to start something practical, if that is what you want. But truly feel that that's the difference with the Three of Wands and of course the King of Pentacles. Two different energies. The Three of Wands is more receiving and the King of Pentacles is more action oriented. Is that when you do things, you do them because you want to do them, not because it's from the outside or you feel you have to do it for someone else or for the family or whatever. Look at something and see, do I truly want this? Is this something I want to start? Then of course do that. If it feels right to you, if you feel you feel like, oh, I should start doing this, then of course follow your intuition. But if it's from outside yourself and you don't really feel it, then it's time to just sit back and see what comes your way. And then the last three cards. This is the Two of Cups. This is the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords. And again, two sword cards. So I think at the end of December, a lot of truth has been revealed. We've got the Ace of Swords, which means truth, communication, new beginning with the swords cards. And we also see attacks coming in a way. Could be from the media, could be political. We'll have to wait and see how that's going to shape up. But I think a lot of things are coming out. And of course, if things are coming out, then the dark energies will most likely push back. So we're probably going to see like certain conflicts worked out. But it has to do with truth coming out. They want to repress, obviously, that truth. But they won't be able to stop it. And I think December, there's so much going to come out. That's the feeling I'm getting. Especially the focus on communication, on truth. What is truth? The narratives, the storylines they've used. And there's going to be healing. And I think this is also essential for the month of December to also turn within, especially with the winter. Of course, not everywhere around the world there is winter, but it is an interesting time. It's the end of the year, so to speak. Of course, you'll have to... Time is kind of invented, so you'll have to look at the year. I think they've changed things with months and days and things like that. But of course, this is the energy right now we're still in. So we are in the end of 2023, and it is about healing, about connecting with yourself, maybe connecting with people around you, loved ones. So there's going to be healing as well. You could use this energy also, like I said, to turn inwards and to start healing, see what's still triggered, what still comes up. And of course, we see truth coming out. So this is going to be very, very interesting. I do think more truths will come out, just the narratives, the manipulation, how they've used things, how they've weaponized things against us, against humanity, and how they've really tried to keep us in this energy. And we're really going to feel that powerlessness, that feeling of being out of, that's nothing is in your control, that everything is outside of yourself. It's probably going to be emphasized in December. So really Stand your ground. That's going to be the challenge. The biggest challenge is to connect with yourself and to stand your ground. And to really feel if things come up that don't feel right to you anymore or still being triggered. So you can step out of this feeling of being powerless. You're not. We're not. Humanity is not. We are very powerful spiritual beings in a human experience. And it is time to step out of this energy and step into this energy. So there's going to be a lot of healing this month concerning that for humanity, I think, as a whole. So I'd like to leave it at this and hope to see you in another video. Bye.